Skimatsu with you. We are almost a week away from WrestleMania 26 in Glendale, Arizona. Today, day number 19 of the moments that define WrestleMania, our daily series of the best moments of each WrestleMania. Today, it is WrestleMania 19. Sunday, March 30th, 2003, from Safeco Field in Seattle, Washington. 54,097 fans packing the rafters in Seattle, Washington, the home of the Mariners. To get the F out, WWF has become WWE. The Attitude Era, long gone, brand new era in WWE. From my standpoint, this is probably one of the most underrated WrestleManias of all time. It was, from a wrestling standpoint, I thought it was a pretty good show. You had 9 matches. Or 8 and 1 cat fight, pillow fight with another like cat fight girls, but regardless, the wrestling on the show is pretty good. I just enjoyed it. Limp Bizkit performing at this event live, as much as Saliva did in Motorhead. The previous 2 years, Saliva playing The Undertaker out, as well as performing the WrestleMania 19 theme song Crack Addict live during the show. The Undertaker going 11-0, by the way, at this event, in a handicap match with the Big Show and A-Train, which was originally a tag team match, but Nunzio and the Full-Blood Italians and A-Train and the Big Show all knocking out Nathan Jones, the Undertaker's original tag team partner, before WrestleMania went on the air. My top 3 moments from this WrestleMania are my 3 favorite matches of this card. Notwithstanding Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho, Shawn Michaels returning to action in WWE for the first time since WrestleMania 14. This is his first WrestleMania in 5 years. Picking up a victory against Chris Jericho in a phenomenal matchup. And at the end, Chris Jericho giving a hug to Shawn Michaels, but then kneeing him in the groin and just pushing him to the ground as a show of disrespect and unsportsmanlike conduct. But aside from that, and also Trish, I get sidetracked a lot in these videos, don't I? Trish Stratus becoming a 4-time women's champion, tying the Fabulous Moolah's then record of most reigns by a woman with the women's championship. Trish Stratus winning a triple threat match against Victoria and Jazz, become women's champion. Trish would hold the title, which would win the title 3 more times. Perhaps one of the best divas in WWE history, winning her first title at a WrestleMania. And now we move on to the big 3. And it's kind of hard. This was a WrestleMania of anticlimactic finishes galore. 3 was the big number. And, of course, my top 3 moments, the 3 of the 4 big main event matchups at WrestleMania this year, they plugged 4 of them, the other one being Triple H Booker T for the world title. Triple H picking up the win there. But the 3 big main events, in order, pretty much from on my list and in order on the card. Number 3, 20 years in the making, Hulk Hogan returning to WWE after a long sabbatical after Brock Lesnar bloodied him up over the summer of 2002. He came back, tremendous ovation on SmackDown, to face Vince McMahon. Hulk Hogan revolutionizing, bringing the WWE into the forefront with Hulkamania, and with Hulk Hogan's 4-year run as champion between 1984 and 1988. Hulk Hogan having left the company in 1993, came back in 2002 at the NWO, came back in 2003 with the red and yellow that did not set well with the chairman of WWE, Mr. McMahon, and the 2 men would have a street fight, a chaotic street fight, 20 years in the making. Hogan versus McMahon, McMahon pulling out the stops, getting bloodied up, doing a leg drop, almost 15 feet in the air from top of a ladder through an announce table onto Hogan's heart. Roddy Piper coming back to WWE, making a surprise appearance, hitting Hogan with a lead pipe, McMahon's scab referee, which would later be Sylvain Grenier, coming out, trying to make it a handicap match of sorts, but Hulk Hogan, you don't mess with Hulk Hogan, and he picks up the win at this WrestleMania. 3 leg drops to McMahon in the process, but he won. And in the end, Vince bloodied up his son Shane, trying to console him, but McMahon giving the finger to Hogan in the end of that one. Number 2, the third and final battle of this great WrestleMania rivalry between Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. The Rock becoming a heel again after he came back, defeated Hulk Hogan in Montreal at No Way Out the month before, and him and Stone Cold Steve Austin having their third and final WrestleMania match, and the last match of Stone Cold Steve Austin's in-ring career, as his neck injuries were getting rather severe, and he could not handle the tedious work, the work schedule and the wrestling schedule. Not as high stakes of a match as the first two were, not as big time, not as riotous, I suppose I could say. It was a decent match. The very anticlimactic finish. The 3 Rock Bottoms had to put away Stone Cold Steve Austin at this WrestleMania, and The Rock finally defeats Stone Cold at WrestleMania, making him 1 and 2 against Austin. Number one moment of this WrestleMania, and of the 3 moments in the 3 main event matches that all tied pretty much for the best matches on this card. I think this was the better of the 3. The main event for the WWE Championship, Kurt Angle, the champ, against Brock Lesnar. Debuted the night after WrestleMania 18 as a beast, the next big thing. With the accompaniment of Paul Heyman, he won the WWE Championship from The Rock at SummerSlam. Held on to it for 3 months, suffered his first loss by pinfall at Survivor Series, and Paul Heyman turned his back on the next big thing. Give Big Show the title. Kurt Angle, quickly having won the WWE Championship at Armageddon, siding with Paul Heyman, thus Heyman trying to stop Brock Lesnar's conquest for another WWE title reign. Was not to be. Stephanie McMahon saying on SmackDown, if anyone of Team Angle interfered for Kurt Angle, Angle will be stripped of the title. And an obvious ending to this Brock Lesnar. 3 F5s. Kurt Angle getting injured for a few months. Brock Lesnar suffering some concussions of his own, including a wild botched, almost could have killed Brock from the top turnbuckle. The shooting star press. Kind of hit Angle in the hip, but for the most part, Lesnar was really taken out. But in the end, Brock Lesnar winning the WWE Championship. The next big thing arriving again, and at the end, some sportsmanship between Angle and Lesnar as they hug, and the fireworks go off in Safeco Field. As I said, one of the most underrated WrestleManias, a pretty good WrestleMania, 7 years ago. With that in mind, tomorrow we talk about WrestleMania 20 years in the making. Back in the Garden in New York City, New York. Scare Motley saying, talk to you tomorrow, the moments that define WrestleMania. Continue 9 days actually, today, 9 days from now, WrestleMania 26.